homesteaders, gardeners, and cooks. Welcome to Miles Away Farm, or welcome back. Today in the kitchen, we are making a vegetable stock concentrate. I know that I can save carrot peels and onion peels and other veggie scraps and throw them in a bag in the freezer and eventually get around to cooking those down and making a vegetable stock. But for whatever reason, I never do. We have chickens, we have dogs, we have a worm bin, and I tend to just compost those things immediately rather than remembering to throw them aside and put them in the freezer. So if you're doing that, fantastic. You can actually make veggie stock and then pressure can it and have it on your kitchen shelf. I don't use a ton of vegetable stock. I usually default to chicken stock for most recipes, but every once in a while I need some vegetable stock and I don't have it on hand because I tend to not can it. And so what I've done is this recipe. It originally came from Cooks Illustrated, and it's an interesting take on it. So rather than adding a lot of liquid and canning it or freezing it, you're actually just grinding up all the vegetables and then you store it in the freezer as the ground up vegetables. And when you want to make veggie stock, you use a tablespoon of those ground up vegetables along with a cup of water to make a cup of vegetable stock. It works great. It has some unusual ingredients such as celeriac. Celeriac is a cousin to celery, and so it gives you that same celery flavor. And it's one of those things you can grow in your garden. You start it in the spring the way you would celery. And they're really easy to grow in the garden and not attacked by a lot of pests. And so it's a nice thing to have in your pantry in the fall. I happened to buy this one from a local farm because they had stored it over the winter as part of their winter storage when I needed this vegetable stock to get made. So homemade vegetable concentrate rather than liquid vegetable stock to store in your freezer for use all year round. Let's get started.
So as I mentioned, celeriac is a pretty easy vegetable to grow. Most people aren't that familiar with it, and I think most people are intimidated by how it looks, and so they don't buy it. It's very craggy and has lots of little nooks and crannies, so it takes a little bit of an effort to get into and to peel off the outside. But the inside has a mild celery flavor. You can boil it and mash it and use it in place of potatoes. You can mix it in with potatoes. You can roast it the way you would any other root vegetable. So it's a really nice homestead vegetable to have on hand, and because it's this big dense chunk, it does store quite well into the winter. So here it is finished. That's about what you want it to look like when you're done with it. This recipe didn't call for a lot, and so I think I only used part of that and then used the rest of it for something else. I made this recipe in February. I still had some parsley growing. We had a very mild winter, and that leek actually had been in storage from my garden since probably late November, early December. I make my own homemade dried minced onion. Onion is very hydrophilic, and so it absorbs moisture from the air. It's tough to do stuff with it when it's dried and not have it end up being a big chunk. So a little bit of a challenge. This is kosher salt. Note that the measurements for kosher salt are different. So if you're using regular table salt, cut that measurement in half. The recipe, by the way, guys, is always in the description. And then you're just going to grind and scrape and grind and scrape. You want this to be as pulverized as you can get it. We're adding in some soy sauce here. That soy sauce is going to add to the salt, obviously, but it's also going to give you a good boost of umami flavor, which is really lovely in this. And then we're going to add some tomato paste, also for umami and also just as a great base for any kind of vegetable stock. This is homemade tomato paste. I have a video on that if you ever want to learn how to make that yourself. And this is what it should look like when it's done. So this has literally probably been grinding for 2 or 3 minutes. Again, you want it to be as soupy and pulverized as possible. And then you just store it in the freezer. I've been using the same container forever because it's my search image when I'm looking for this. And so even though it doesn't fill up the whole container, it's what I use. And because it has so much salt in it, it never gets so rock hard that you can't scrape some of it out even when it's frozen, which is very convenient. So this just gets tucked into my freezer. And then here I am several months later, a cup of boiling water, and then I'm going to scrape out a tablespoon of this, and it's going to be able to be scrapable again because it's got so much salt in it that the freezing point is changed. And you just dissolve that in water and it basically blooms and you've got instant vegetable stock. This has been super convenient for me. I've been making this for many, many years, and sometimes it'll take me a whole year to get through this because I don't use a lot of vegetable stock, but really great to have in your pantry. Give this recipe a try, Tribe. Thanks for watching, Tribe. If you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment or share. I have new content coming out whenever I have time.